Welcome back to PC Hoops. I'm joined by Kevin McNamara and K-Mac. Let's get into it. Yesterday, obviously, congratulations to Josh Oduro and his wife welcoming their first child, but that's a big hole to fill on the court for PC. They came really close even without him. What did you see?
Overachieved in my eyes. As soon as I found out that Josh wasn't going to be there, I really thought they were in deep trouble. Great job by Kim English and his staff, and obviously the players. They dug deep into that toolbox to be able to, different lineups, the lineups we haven't seen all season long, not only the starting five, but throughout the entire game. I think it threw Butler off because think about it, Butler prepared for Josh Oduro.
Right.
So it kind of worked both ways, but Providence, really great opportunity just slipped through their fingers.
And let's go back to the final seconds of that game. What was the biggest difference, the reason that Providence couldn't come out on top in your mind?
Yeah, well, the very last play we'll talk about, I'm sure, but missed free throws. But missed free throws happen. People are like, well, if they made free throws, we wouldn't have gotten to the last. But missed free throws happen. There was a turnover, and there were two post plays in a row. Butler went inside. They should have went inside more in the second half. For whatever reason, Providence did a good job keeping them out of the post, and they just scored, two easy hoops in the last minute that really hurt.
Last play, walk me through it from your perspective.
The Big East does have the best referees in the country. We say that year after year. It's all true. That said, the measure of a great official is to make a tough call under pressure. And at that stage, I've watched it a million times. Corey Floyd get fouled. There's no doubt in my mind. It's tough to make that call with 3 seconds to go, but he got slaughtered. I mean, he really got hit. And it would not have decided the game. He still would have had to go to the free throw line and make 2 shots for the lead. So, that's a tough one.
But you like to see them have the opportunity to do
Absolutely.
that. Lose it at the free throw line rather than lose it on a missed call.
I've heard from some fans, why isn't Devin Carter taking that last shot? Well, Devin had the ball. Gave it up with 9 seconds left, probably wanted it back, and yet Corey had an opportunity. He really took advantage of it. He really couldn't have done much else besides make that dunk.
And obviously a tough opponent, a team that's been playing really well.
Good team.
It's a team that, obviously they could have won that game, but also a team that you could see them losing to as well. So this week you're going into a couple home games. How crucial, we've talked about it a lot, to capitalize back-to-back home games?
Massive. There's no question. You have to win pretty much all of your home games, and I think Providence can win all of their home games. My issue is right now it's about compiling a resume for the NCAA tournament, right? Their biggest hole, I think, is they have 2 road wins. They need more road wins. Great opportunity yesterday. Goes by the boards. They still have some really tough ones. Xavier is an opportunity. Tough game, but opportunity. They go to Marquette. Tough. And Georgetown. So there's really very few chances left.
Yeah, and speaking of, let's go back to the game last night, and we talked a little bit about having to play a different way. What does that show you about this team, that they're able to make such a change in what they normally do and then still be able to play so close?
Well, think of this, for the last 3 weeks, Corey Floyd has really struggled, and with a totally different role, against Butler. He shines. 20 points, made 3-point shots, played exactly how, really, I think Kim English thought he would be able to play all season long. He hasn't been able to shoot the ball all that well. Maybe he takes this and moves on. I thought Garway Duell was much better, play with more confidence. The opportunity for Castro to get out there. If some of those opportunities can carry over when they're at full strength, only makes the team deeper.
All right, let's talk about St. John's rematch of a team that they played really tough in New York, but this time it's at home. How do you see them matching up on Tuesday? Well,
2 desperate teams. I think St. John's has lost 3 of 4. Coach Patino will bring his team in ready to go. There's no 2 ways about it. They had a lead at Marquette the other night and let it go by the boards. I see a close game. I think it's a good matchup for Providence. That said, they need everyone healthy. They need to play well. And I know, Taylor, it's going to snow.
Right.
That's okay. You got all day long to plan out your attack to get downtown, fight through the snow, and the team will be there. The referees will be there. They will play.
And the media will be there. We will be there.
We'll be there.
Well,
we'll be there.
To cover it. But just any final thoughts on the position that Providence is in? You get a big win against a ranked opponent, Creighton.
Yep.
And then you fall just short again. It feels like it's 1 step forward, maybe 2 steps back in a way of building that resume.
Well, it's funny, the Friars over the last 10 years, they've done a good job in February and usually finish well. They're going to need one of those. I don't know how many games are left, but they need to finish well down the stretch, maybe go 4-2 down the stretch into the Big East tournament. That'll position them well. If it's 1-1 every week, it's not going to happen.
Right.
They will not. The NCAA tournament will not take a team with 13 losses. They are at 9 now. They again still have to go to Marquette. Connecticut still comes in here. Those are 2 really difficult games, great opportunities, but tough games. I'm not saying they have to win the rest of the games outside of those 2, but it'd be a good place to start.
And one more thing, I know I said final thoughts, but
Sure.
one more thing that came up. I just talked to head coach Kim English saying that, the bounce back from Connecticut wasn't great when they had a really hard fought game there and falling short. Then the bounce back at Villanova did not go well. That's what he's kind of looking at here, moving into this one, a similar situation, a similar opportunity to kind of bounce back strong and overcome the adversity of losing to Butler. What do you see? Is that something that you are looking at, or that you're maybe concerned about? How can they bounce back, or anything like that?
No, I think it's a different equation. Number one, it's at home. It's huge. And like you said, they had played St. John's before. They know what they have to do against St. John's. Villanova is a team that people are sleeping on. I think they've grossly underachieved. Great veterans, awful lot of experience, tough team. They totally dominated Providence. Good for them. They dominated Seton Hall on Sunday as well. So a very good team. I think, again, St. John's comes in a little banged up, maybe mentally a little fragile. Great opportunity for Providence.